Hello, everybody. My name is Adam Pinn, and today I will be discussing my strategic analysis of Intel. The company was originally founded as NM Electronics in 1968 by Robert Noyce and Gordon Moore, which later became known as Intelligent Electronics, or Intel, which is now headquartered in Santa Clara, California. The company's main focus is to power the world's innovation as more products continue to develop and more technologies continue to advance in complexity. This led to the development of what is known as Moore's Law, which states that the number of transistors in an integrated circuit doubles about every 2 years, while the price of the device will be cut in half. This is now a standard for companies in the semiconductor industry, which was originally started by Intel, which aligns with their strategy of product leadership in the market. Intel states that their mission is to create a world-changing technology that improves the life of every person on the planet. They also have a heavy focus on customer satisfaction and success, as their main strategic objective is product leadership, which means they need to provide the market with top quality products that consumers need and also expect. Their vision for the brand is we believe in doing something wonderful, and to us, wonderful is making a technology that can enrich the lives of every person on Earth. That's at the heart of our new brand message and identity, because all you need is an idea and Intel inside to go off and do something wonderful. While the company is in its strategic transitioning phase, with a focus to be more data-centric rather than PC-centric, this statement sums up that the company should focus on its original goal to power the world's innovation, especially with current advancements in the market such as artificial intelligence and self-driving cars. In conducting the five forces analysis for the industry, I decided that the threat of substitution is moderate because the products produced in this market tend to be specialized towards customer needs. Certain products can also be extremely difficult to produce, as a microscopic error in a chip can cause the entire product to fail. While demand for these products is high, other companies are also able to provide products to the market with low to moderate switching costs. The threat of new entrants is low, as there are high barriers of entry in this industry. While Intel is one of the largest companies in regard to its size and market share, the company is less concerned about new startups and more focused on gaining more market share from existing competitors. I put buyer bargaining power as moderate because the availability of substitute products is low and the switching costs can be higher for large contract buyers such as Dell or Microsoft. While the switching costs for individual consumers can be relatively low, it is not enough of Intel's consumer base for buyers to have a strong bargaining power. However, there is a threat of backward integration of large companies, which could increase the bargaining power of Intel's buyers. An example of this would be Apple with its transition from using Intel microprocessors to producing its own M1 and M2 processors. Supplier bargaining power is low, as products are made primarily of silicon, and in 2022 there's approximately 9 million metric tons of silicon produced, which means there's a large number of suppliers within the industry. Finally, the competitive rivalry is very strong due to the rapid pace of technological change and innovation. As Intel shifted its focus from PC-centric to a data-centric strategy, other companies are able to provide newer products and are innovating at a faster pace than Intel. This means that they need to have a large focus on research and development because products in this industry can become outdated and lose their value very quickly. In looking at the external factory valuation matrix, some of Intel's key opportunities include establishing a foothold in new markets such as the growing 5G networks and artificial intelligence. It will also be important for Intel to recognize the demand for other digital products in other industries, as the company is focused on powering the innovation behind these developments, as stated in its mission statement. A few key threats that stand out are the backward innovation of large customers, as well as new products released by competitors. If a large customer continues to grow and develop its business processes, they may become more self-reliant in their product development, which would provide the opportunity for them to cut ties with Intel, resulting in significant losses for the company. According to the company's annual report, competition is expected to intensify in the near future, so it is important to manage change by collaborating with other companies such as Microsoft to identify and deliver leadership technologies together. This means that as competitors continue to innovate, it is important for Intel to identify opportunities to make creative advancements that are not possible for one company to deliver alone. Taking a look at the internal factor evaluation matrix, some of Intel's key strengths are its large market share, as well as its strategic partnerships and acquisitions of startup companies, with a focus on the growing artificial intelligence market. The company has invested about $3 billion into its horizontal integration strategy to maintain and grow its market share. One of Intel's main weaknesses is that it's had a rough year in regard to its profits, revenue, and market share. However, the main reasons for this performance are in part due to macroeconomic factors such as shutdowns in overseas operations due to the pandemic, as well as other increased costs of materials and shipping in the supply chain. On top of that, the company has also been restructuring its processes to align with longer-term goals and future developments rather than the shorter term. As we take a look at the SWOT analysis here, there are a few key strategies that I would like to highlight. First of all, one of the key SO strategies is that Intel can utilize their strength of market share as well as their ability to offer more products than its competitors to further expand their product offerings in order to continue being a leader in the market sectors where certain competitors aren't able to compete due to their focus on a few key products rather than having a large product offering to multiple markets like Intel. One of the main threats for Intel that stands out is the industry's rapid growth as well as the growth of other companies. We can see this in both the ST and WT strategies, as Intel can use their strength of its strategic partnerships and alliances to limit the need for customers to vertically integrate their supply chains, such as Dell, Lenovo, and HP, which are their largest customers. But it is also important to recognize the loss of market share in certain operating segments, such as the gaming market, with the growth of competitors like AMD and NVIDIA. Finally, one of Intel's current weaknesses has been its strategic transitioning phase, which has played a part in the company's nearly 40% decrease in revenue over the last year. However, in regard to their WO strategies, this shift of strategic focus will align better with the changing market demands in the industry in order to better provide future products and services that lead the market in innovation. Moving on to the CPM matrix, we can see that there is intense competition within this industry. Each company is seeking out market share in new and developing markets, so the depth of product offerings is increasing as new technologies are introduced and improved. One of the main areas where Intel can improve is in its price competitiveness, as AMD and NVIDIA are able to offer better products for lower prices than Intel's products in the graphics and gaming market sector. Overall, a score of 3.59 indicates that Intel is above average in its industry, but still has room for improvement in comparison to its competitors. Intel has a total of 6 operating segments, but only the Client Computing Group, Data Center and AI, Network and Edge, and Accelerating Computing Systems and Graphics were used in this matrix, as the other 2 are not reportable since they do not make up enough of Intel's total revenue. The AXG sector is classified as a question mark, as it is a highly competitive market segment with high growth. AMD and NVIDIA are large players in this market as well, so while this may not be the main focus of Intel, it may be an area to continue offering products in, as well as continuing to focus on in the future. The cash cows for Intel make up nearly 80% of the company's total revenue and provide the ability to invest into new segments such as the Network and Edge segment, as well as other opportunities for the company, such as its semiconductor foundry services. Finally, the network and edge is a star segment due to its high growth rate and the company's high market share position in the industry. Even though Intel does not produce mobile hardware, they partner with other companies that do, such as Nokia, Amazon, Google, and Microsoft, to drive the software behind these innovations. As mentioned in the BCG matrix, Intel should focus on developing its network and edge segment as it accounts for about 14% of its total revenue. Investing more into this segment would also align with their strategy to be more data centric rather than PC centric. The company should also continue to grow and develop its Intel Foundry services, as the company's goal is to become the second largest foundry by 2030, following TSMC, which is currently the largest producer. To do this, the company needs to plan and prepare for future growth by increasing its manufacturing capacity. Another recommendation would be to allocate more costs towards marketing and advertising, because while Intel is a well-known name brand, they could advertise more of their products to everyday consumers in addition to other companies advertising their processors and their devices for them. Finally, it is important for Intel to continue innovating and planning for future products and services, while also establishing a foothold in markets such as artificial intelligence through its integration strategy and partnerships with leading brands like Google and Microsoft. While both of these companies are investing heavily into the development of artificial intelligence technology, it would be beneficial for Intel to power these innovations to establish themselves in future markets. According to the Harvard Business Review, a marginally acceptable rate of return can be earned only by attaining some minimum level of market share. If the market share of a business falls below this minimum, its strategic choices usually boil down to two: increase share or withdraw. This means that if Intel fails to gain substantial market share in the growing artificial intelligence market after already investing so much into it, it may be forced to withdraw from it. With that, this wraps up my recommendations and strategic analysis of Intel. Thanks for listening and have a good day.